All right, we're here with round one with our fight heavy deck, mostly green deck. We're going to keep this hand. I mean, we can go, it's a little slow maybe, but turn three Dragon Scarred Bear, turn four Surak is swinging, and that's really not that slow. I mean, we don't have any of our two drops, but that's okay. Now we have a combat trick and a removal spell. I'm pretty happy about that. Our opponent mulliganed a little. It might help us out a little. So we'll just play our land and pass our turn. Swamp. All right, we will play another land and we'll pass our turn. Hopefully our opponent does the same. If they do, we're going to have a really quick clock on them. Now they're playing a creature with dash, and that doesn't add to their board a whole lot, and that's nice for us. Wow, we drew both our islands. How about that? Who needs explosive vegetation, huh? So we'll play an island here, and we'll play out our Dragon Scarred Bear. If our opponent elects to dash again, he's going to be taking 8 to the face. I kind of doubt that's what he'll do again, but maybe it is. Yeah, he's just great. First time I've managed to draft one of them, and it's pretty sweet. All right, what's he doing? Removal spell would slow us down too, but not too much. If he plays a creature, I'm seriously going to consider. Yeah, he's just hard casting that. Well, we'll see what we draw. It's hard to know what I want to do here. I mean, we'll have to trade if we go with our original plan. I don't really think I want to do that. I mean, but chances are he's just going to play another blocker, I feel like. So maybe just playing out the Surak, forcing the trade is what we want here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I mean, we'll trade a creature for 5 damage, and we're taking out his creature too. So we'll give him self-haste. And we'll just swing in with both. I'm sure he'll trade. That's fine. No, he's not trading. Wow. That is a lot of damage to just take, especially when after this turn I can regenerate. He may have a flatten to just deal with Surak right now, but even if he does, I mean, that takes him up a turn. We can Epic Confrontation that and swing in for 4 next turn, so I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, Surak did a good job already, even if he flattens our guy right now. Flatten does seem pretty likely here. What's cool is if he lets us untap, we can actually save Surak from flatten with Tread Upon. I don't know if I would do that, but I might. We'll see. Probably not going to let us untap. I mean, I wouldn't if I was him, if I had flatten and saw Surak on my opponent's board. Plus the bear who will be able to regenerate from now on if Surak's still on the board. Okay. We're okay with that. I think our opponent made a pretty big mistake taking the 8 last turn. I mean, he doesn't know what we have in our hand, but, we're going to, well, of course we draw the white card instead of the blue, the one we need blue for. But that's okay. We're going to use Epic Confrontation here. Let's see. If I do Epic Confrontation, let's think. That will make you a 6/6. Yeah, the downside about that is if I track with Surak, of course I can just use Tread Upon too this turn, which would pretty much blow our opponent out. So that's probably what I'm going to do here. We'll use Epic Confrontation. Surak will fight the Orc Sure Shot. And now we'll just swing with both. I mean, chances are he blocks Surak, and we'll use Epic Confrontation, and we'll just trample over and hit him for 8. And if he blocks this, we can regenerate it. I doubt that's what he'll do, but we'll give Surak haste again, because why not? And we'll just swing with both of these. All right, as I expected. And we'll use Tread Upon here to just crunch in for 8 this turn and just take care of that guy. Our opponent's going to have a pretty hard time coming back. I mean, even if he has a removal spell here. I mean, we are running out of gas on our end, but I think those are still the right moves to make. Could always draw more gas. Yeah, Vault Breaker. Vault Breaker is pretty annoying, but it'd be nice to draw a creature that I could give haste to. I've only seen 2 creatures of our 15 in this game. Well, another Epic Confrontation will do it, though. That's the game for us. There's the off chance that he has... There's the off chance that he has the 1 black mana +1/+2 and give it Death Touch. Because of that, I'm going to Epic Confrontation my Dragon Scarred Bear with this to kill it. That way I can swing for lethal with the Surak. So we will target our Dragon Scarred Bear, hit the Vault Breaker. Yeah, and we win. All right, that was a great game 1 for us. You know, we had basically our hand played out how we thought it would. Turn 3 Dragon Scarred, turn 4 Surak, and removal spells galore, and we won. Our opponent would seem to be a red-black deck. I don't think there's anything I really want to side in against that. I think I'm happy with the way things are in this deck. We might want to be a little faster early, I guess. Our opponent wasn't too fast in that game. A 2-drop might be nice. Well, we don't really have any, to side in anyway. So other than Soul Summons maybe, but, with our mana situation, we don't really want that. So we'll just run this back out there for game 2. Maybe we'll just get Surak in our opening hand again like that. We don't have Surak, but we have a pretty good hand. We have turn 2 Glade Watcher, turn 3 Morph of some kind, and that's pretty great. So we'll keep this hand. We don't have the blue mana for our Stratus Dancer this time. It's the way mana is sometimes in Magic, as I'm sure you know. But that's okay. We'll just pass our turn. This time if we draw our Mastery, we'll be able to put it online, which will be nice. Seems like he's doing the same thing as he was last game. Luckily, Glade Watcher can put an end to that. And we got a removal spell now, too. We'll just play out Forest. Doesn't really matter which land we play there. Next turn, I think I'm probably going to lead with the Stratus Dancer. I mean, it's hard. I just don't think it matters. I think we're probably going to lose whatever morph we play. He's got this guy, so we can trade with it. We do have Hunt the Weak, which might be what we use next turn on our Glade Watcher to finish the Scream Reach Brawler. But we'll see what happens. I think I'm definitely going to play out our Stratus Dancer face down. I feel like if we can get this segmented Croteak out there later, which is looking pretty possible based on our mana situation, he'll be pretty frightening, and we can't flip the Stratus Dancer right now anyway. So if he wants to... Okay, Outpost Siege. We didn't see that in game 1. It's a little scary to see. I don't think I got any naturalizes. It's a crazy good card. I'm sure you've seen it if you've drafted this format. It's basically lets you draw an extra card every turn. It exiles the top card of your library. So our opponent's really going to try to outcard us now, and he may succeed in doing so. Seeing that makes me think it's an even better idea to go for the Hunt the Weak right now, make our Morph a 3/3, and just crack in there right now. And we gotta race this guy, and he's going to be drawing a lot of cards. So we'll just go for this. Next turn, we'll be able to give our Glade Watcher Formidable too. So if he doesn't play a big blocker, then we'll be able to swing in there after we play our Morph. Outpost Siege. It's a tough card to beat, especially if your opponent plays it on turn 4. I've drafted it a couple times. Ghastly Conscription. I don't remember what that is. There it is. Ah, he's drafted that card. That's why I don't remember what it is. It's that card there. He gets to exile our whole graveyard and play a bunch of manifests. Hopefully our graveyard doesn't get too big in this game. But even then, I mean, if he's paying 7 for that, and this against this particular deck, I don't think it'll be great. It'd be nice against some of the decks that like to fill up their graveyard anyway, as long as you can cast it before they delve something out there. All right, Sarkhan's Rage, that definitely slows us down. See if we can top deck a creature, and we do. So, got 5 mana here. I think I will play the Dragon Scarred Bear now, so it can attack next turn with regeneration after we play our Croteak, our Morph face down. Opponent's getting all those extra cards. He had a Swamp this time. One of my friends is messaging me about how expensive Wingmate rocks are. I'm going to have to respond to him later. After I get done with this, but they are indeed quite expensive. Okay, that's pretty annoying to see. Be nice if we could just top deck another removal spell right now. The only good news about it is we can swing in with our Dragon Scarred Bear and just regenerate. So I think that's what we'll do. We can't play the Scavenger and then regenerate, but we can play the Morph, put out 8 power. Okay, Sky. And yeah, so we'll play out our Morph face down. Next turn we can flip it too, which should be pretty good for us. And we can actually also attack with our Glade Watcher, which I think I'll do. If he wants to trade for his Sabertooth Outrider, I'm fine with that. That thing's really scary once it starts swinging with its Trample plus First Strike, so we'll just swing both of these. He may remove what's giving me Ferocious and keep me from regenerating. No, it doesn't look like he will. So he'll take 3. That's good news for us. You know, I mean, trading Glade Watcher isn't great, but the Volcanic Vision, that is absolutely frightening, and I think that will break us right now. Our opponent can cast, he needs a 7th land for it, he doesn't have it yet. At least knowing he has that, I hope he doesn't have the 7th land. I mean, he has to cast it now, the way Outpost Siege works. If he has a 7th land, he can just wipe our table right now, which would be bad for us. I mean, we can at least play out a 4/4 right away afterwards, but we want to keep that Croteak out there. It doesn't look like he has the 7th land he needs right now. Thank God Outpost Siege doesn't literally let you draw cards. It just exiles the top card of your library, and you can play it until end of turn. That is a scary card. It's a great card. I think it's a card that's actually a little underrated. Here, I'll show it to you if you don't know what it does. So it costs 7. He gets to return an instant or sorcery card from his graveyard to his hand. And then it deals damage to our creatures only, not to his creatures, not that he has any right now, equal to the converted mana cost of that card. So he could get back, he could get back Sarkhan's Rage, wipe our board, we'd play our Sandstep Scavenger, and then he'd just Sarkhan's Rage that, and we'd be in pretty, oh, there's his land. So he's going for it. He should. If he doesn't, he didn't, and that's really surprising. He had the mana for it. I really don't know why he didn't. We'll discard a Forest to that Icebreakers. I'm glad I had an extra card in my hand. Maybe he doesn't realize he has to play it before the end of his turn. I mean, that would have just been game breaking for us if he'd done it. Maybe he thought I could regenerate my bear. I don't know. I can't understand the decision that he made there. Not at all. But yeah, I mean, he used Lose Calm on us, so he's going to hit us, but he really, really should have played his Volcanic Vision there. It would have been really hard for us to recover from, whereas what's happening to us now is just great for us. That's one of the downsides, I guess, about playing in these drafts sometimes, is that you play people who are pretty new and may have overlooked something like that, because he really overlooked something there. We're just going to swing. and we'll flip our Croteak as needed. If he blocks our Dragon Scarred Bear, I'll probably just let it die, flip our Croteak, and do 7 to him. Okay. We'll just have our Croteak eat this guy now. Just crunch into him for 3. And our opponent's in top deck mode. I mean, granted, he gets to draw 2 cards a turn. Or exile 1 and draw 1 a turn. So that's good for him. Oh, let's see. Yeah. He's, it's the same thing. I was wondering why he didn't Volcanic Vision my face off, so it would have been bad for us. He does have a Meringue River Skeleton who will buy him a lot of time. So we know he has that, and whatever he drew. Duress isn't going to do anything to us. I'm sure he cited that in after the number of fight spells we played against him in Game 1. But he can play his Skeleton. And I feel bad, our opponent misread his Outpost Siege, which is too bad. He thought he could play it forever, which would be even more ridiculous than it is now. But, it worked out for us here in this game. And we're just going to go ahead and play our Scavenger because it'll pump up our Dragon Scarred Bear. First time playing Outpost Siege. Yeah, so, he made a mistake, and that happens. I make mistakes sometimes, too. I'm certainly not perfect. I'm sure you've seen me make mistakes in my other videos. But, yeah, we'll pump up our Dragon Scarred Bear here, and we'll just swing in. He'll block the bigger creature and take 5. Hopefully he doesn't, top deck anything else sweet that'll really end us. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. We can't play our Yearling anyway. All right, so what does our opponent get this time around? A Mountain, which isn't too scary, depending on what else he drew. And, yeah. So, our opponent, made the mistake that helped us win. I don't know if we would have won if he'd done what I thought he was going to do. But that's Magic for you. So there's round 1. We're 1-0 so far, and we'll try to keep that up and do as well as we can here in this draft. And I think we've got a pretty great deck. It's just so green, and Surak is pretty great. We didn't get him this time, but we still just outgunned our opponent with huge creatures, and that's always fun. So on to